Welcome back to another hand lettering video on my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you 8 different fonts that you could add to your journal or anytime that you want to do some lettering. As usual, I'm just starting off showing you all the supplies that I used in this video. I ended up using a couple of extra things, but I did link everything I used down below in the description box, and if you have any questions, of course, you can leave a comment down below. To start off, I'm just using a basic washable marker to create some calligraphy, really focusing on getting my downstrokes really thick and my upstrokes really thin. Then I wanted to add some dimension, so I'm going to do some shadows and some highlights. For the shadows, I'm just taking a really thin black pen and tracing the back side of each letter. Next, I'm just going in with a white marker and adding some highlights on the thicker parts of the letter. For this next style, I really want to try to recreate those marquee letters that are really popular right now. I'll insert a picture. I'm just kind of doing some boxy lettering, making it really wide because I want to leave space to draw the lights. For the lights, I'm just going in and adding some circles. I don't think you really have to do this any specific way. Then in order to make it look three-dimensional, I'm just adding a drop shadow behind these. If you have a hard time doing drop shadows, just really focus on being consistent with the angles. If you get off with your angles, it can sort of look a little bit funny. You can kind of see some of these I didn't get exactly perfect, but the more you practice and if you use a reference, it makes it a lot easier. The next style I wanted to create was this all capital serif font, kind of based off of like a Times New Roman or just some sort of a typeface that you would use on the computer. It's really hard to do this freehand, so I did make a few mistakes, but it's perfectly okay to look onto some sort of reference when you're practicing. At the end, I just kind of went back and filled in some of the parts that I thought needed to be a little bit thicker. For this next style, I'm starting out with my erasable highlighter and just writing the words in all caps. I will be going back and erasing this later, so it doesn't really matter which color you use. So after I finish drawing this outline in red, I'm just going to go back and erase the purple. Then using that same red pen, I'm just going in with the very tip and doing a bunch of dots. Starting closest to the edge of the letter, I'm adding them closer together, and then as it gets farther away, I space them out a little bit more. I think this looks really awesome, especially when you get farther away from it. It just looks like a big explosion. And if you messed up a little bit like I did, you can just go in with a white gel pen and touch up all the mistakes. This next style is super easy to create. I'm just going in again with that washable marker, writing in all caps. After you've finished writing out the entire word, just go back in with the same color and go over the top part of the letter. It's going to darken it just a little bit and add a little bit of dimension. Next thing I'm doing is just going in with that white gel pen and adding some stars and some dots, kind of making it look like a little bit of a galaxy or something like that. This pen shows up really good on this blue, so I think this looks really awesome. You could easily use this as one of your headers for your bullet journal, or even when you're taking notes in class. For this next font I'm creating, I'm just starting out with this black brush pen and doing some basic calligraphy. Unfortunately, I did end up misspelling the word together, which was really frustrating, but I decided to keep going. I'm just going back in and thickening all my downstrokes and making everything look nice. Then I'm going in with my white marker and just on the very bottom of each letter, I'm lightening it up a little bit. And then with that same white gel pen I used earlier, I'm just starting at the very bottom and working my way up with these dots to make it look like sort of a gradual fade from black to white. These last two styles are super simple. For the first one, I'm just using multiple lines to create each letter. For the thicker lines, I'm just adding more, and for the thinner ones, I just add less. And for the last one, I'm just doing some basic block lettering, and then for the second half of the word, I'm going in and kind of dropping it back behind the first part so it looks like it's hiding behind it. This is a really cool way to make the words on your page look more three-dimensional. And again, I'm just going in and thickening those downstrokes just to make it stand out from the page a little bit more. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. I love reading your guys' comments. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I make new videos on hand lettering and bullet journaling every single week. And thank you to anyone who is a new subscriber of my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you next week in a new video. Bye guys.